Guys, I just want you to know that I filmed this podcast and my mic stuffed up. So now I have to refilm this podcast. So much fun. So I'm holding my mic weirdly so like it stays plugged in. And I'm hoping, I don't think I can do this 3 times. So please, let's just work. Come on, Mike, let's just work.
Yapping Fever.
Hello, welcome to Yapping Fever, the podcast about all things 20s, careers, dreams, chaos, growth, and the realness of adulting. I'm your host, Amara, and let's get into today's yap. Today we're going to be talking about routines, like routine life and all that stuff. But before we get into that chat, I'm going to give you my creative recommendation. Today's creative recommendation is actually a podcast episode. It is Yapping Fever. You should all tune in and listen. No, I'm joking. It's a podcast ep by Podcrushed, and they had the guest Lily Reinhardt on. I listened to this podcast earlier this week, and I just keep thinking back to it. So I feel like if you are thinking about stuff and you keep coming back to it, like it's probably a good one to listen to. Lily Reinhardt, if you don't know, is an actress. She made her breakout role in Riverdale and was on that for 7 years. She's gone on to create a production company, and she's also starred in other things like Hustlers, Chemical Hearts, and recently Hal and Harper, which I haven't seen, but after listening to the podcast episode, I feel like I want to sit down and watch that TV show. And she just discusses her career and how she got into acting, and also kind of how like it was hard. Like she had her breakout role when she was 19, which is really amazing, but she did audition for a long time and didn't like auditions. And I just felt like as an actor who's trying to be in this industry, I really related to some parts of it, and it was quite inspiring. So she just seems like a really honest and great gal. So listen to Podcast with Lily Reinhardt as the special guest. And then today on my podcast, we're going to talk about routine life and how to make it more fun. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really love routines. I just feel like I'm the type of person who's never really been into routines, and I like fun things, and I like spontaneous things, and I like to travel to kind of break up routine life. I feel like growing up in school, some people would say like, oh, I'd be happy just like, working a 9 to 5 and then having a family and having like weekends free, and I don't really want to travel. And I just could never relate. I was like, oh, get me out of here. Like I hate the slog of school, and then I didn't really like the slog of university, and I didn't really like routines. And still to this day, I struggle with them. It's why I still travel to escape everything. And now I'm back. I'm back from Europe after spending 2 months there, which is a long time to like uproot your life and go traveling for. Like it wasn't a short holiday. And since coming back, I've had to go back to normal routines of work, of exercise, of getting a sleep schedule back, of household maintenance, of hobbies. And I just want to talk about how we can make that more fun, because if you're someone who does travel and then you come back from a holiday, you might find you hit that like depression episode. And I have definitely had that. Like as soon as I had to come back to work, I was like, I cannot believe that like 2 months ago I was in Europe and now I'm back to this. Like I'm back to working, I'm back to having a routine, and it's not always super fun. So we're gonna make it fun. Okay, so you've got yourself a routine. Yay, you're an adult. As an adult, you have to kind of make your own routine. Growing up, you went to school. It was kind of like made for you. You had to go to school 5 days a week. You probably played sport or opted into some extracurricular activities because you wanted to. School made you. Your parents wanted you to. Either way, it was more structured by society. But when you become an adult, it's up to you. Yes, you might have a job if it's a 9 to 5 or a casual job that works over the weekends. So you kind of get shifts and like you're expected to attend work, but it's still up to you to, number one, get the job and opt in to that routine of a work lifestyle. And number two, you have free time and you have to decide what to do. So you can become very stuck in routine patterns, and how can we make that stuff more fun, a little bit more elevated so that everyday life is more exciting? I'm going to break this down into 2 types of categories. Number one, actually doing fun things that will make routine life more fun. Number two, shifting your mindset, so like mundane, boring, even shit things that you have to do will just have a bit more spice and a bit more sparkle, and you'll just feel happier in everyday life that will lead to a great life. So we're going to start with the category of actually doing the fun things. We're going to talk about some fun things that you should incorporate into your life to make routines just more fun. Number 1, have something to look forward to. Preferably each week, if not every 2 weeks, every month, even if it's like a big thing that's coming in like 3 months. For example, when I went to Europe, that was the thing I was looking forward to for like 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, especially the month before. Like I was like, just get through this because then you have Europe. Just get through this because then you have Europe. So have something to look forward to. It can be big things. It can be a concert. It can be a trip. It can be like if your friend's getting married and you have a wedding to attend or bachelorette party. Either way, have something to look forward to. It can also be a little bit smaller, like a date night, a friend catch up, watching a TV show, buying something you want. For example, I wanted to get some new athletic clothes. I wanted to get some for a while. And this week was Black Friday sales. And I had the shittiest week at work. I did. It was so bad. Nearly wanted to quit my job. And I decided to go shopping on Friday, on actual Black Friday. Chadstone was a little bit crazy. But I decided to go and I bought myself some clothes I've been wanting for ages. I went to the brand LSKD, which I hadn't bought anything from before but had wanted to. And I bought some cute workout gear. And then I went to Pilates that night in my cute workout gear, and it made me feel a whole lot better because I had something to look forward to. I had to go shopping on Friday, and then I know I had some cute clothes to wear to Pilates, which just made it more fun. Number 2 is little traditions. This can tie in to number 1 of like having something to look forward to, but I want this to be things that is more accessible for you to do every week. For example, you can't go to a concert every week or have a trip every week. It's just too expensive. Life doesn't work that way. So this is smaller things to look forward to every week. One thing that I want to do that I haven't done is a little tradition of buying myself a coffee and sitting in the cafe. I feel like I don't sit down in cafes much, at least by myself, and I want to make the time and effort to go buy a coffee or a hot chocolate or have a little treat, sit in the cafe and do something creative. I think sometimes when I'm at home, I can get a bit stagnant and not be as productive as I'd like. So I want to spend 30 minutes to an hour just in a cafe every week and doing something creative by myself. If it's sitting there and reading a book, if it's sitting there and writing my podcast script, just something that will like make me do something creative, be fun, and I can look forward to having that alone time every week. It can be something else like Taco Tuesday. Every Tuesday you make tacos. It can be Friendship Friday, seeing your friends every Friday. It can even be like a book club, which I know isn't every week, but at least it is something that repeats. And it's like every month you catch up with friends and you read the same book and then you talk about it and you discuss it, and it takes a Saturday afternoon to do. I just think small traditions are great. So try and include them every week, if not every month, and actually stick to them because it will bring little highlights into your life. Number 3 is make the effort. Sometimes to have fun and do exciting things, you have to be the one to make the effort. You have to text your friends. You have to reach out to people to plan things. You might have to host something. And doing those things and making the effort will make life more fun. Friends are busy. Like, I feel like I haven't seen my friends for a while. Sometimes I have to be the one to like, hey girls, let's catch up. Sometimes they text me, but like, that's just life. You have to put in the effort. If there's a person that you want to catch up with, but you don't know where to start, just text them. Just reach out and be like, hey, like, do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to grab a coffee? Do you want to go to the movies? I don't know. Just like be the one to make effort. I have a friend who's really good at like hosting parties. I feel like she's kind of the party girl. She just had her birthday and she's doing a friend miss, and that's great. Like, I feel like it's so good that she goes out of her way to make life fun, not just for her, but for everyone who like attends. And that wouldn't happen if she didn't put the effort in. So like, sometimes it has to be you to put the effort. I also think in today's day and age, we're losing human connection. You know, you go to the shops and you self-checkout. You go to workout classes and you don't talk to anyone. You like sit in waiting rooms and you're on your phone. And I just think sometimes like you need human connection to make life better. And that involves actually planning things, actually hosting something, actually catching up with people or making new connections, or even just saying hi to people like on a walk. I feel like if I'm having a shit day and like I walk past someone, like when I'm walking my dog, and they smile at me and say, hey, how you going? And I'm like, oh, hi, like I'm good, have a good day. Like you can actually feel so much better from just that one small tiny interaction than like if I didn't say hello. Also, like these days, like people listen to music everywhere, like so sometimes you're like missing out on small human connections that are really important. So make the effort, put in that effort to make human connection. Number 4 is doing exercise. Some of you might be like, that's not fun for me. I don't like exercise, but I do think exercise releases endorphins, and normally after you finish exercise 9 out of 10 times, you will feel better. You will feel more switched on. You'll just feel lighter and in a better mood. I have a desk job, so I'm sitting down 8 hours, 9 hours a day. I get a half an hour lunch break, and sometimes it makes me feel really anxious. What's the word I'm looking for? Aggravated? I don't know. Either way, it can make me feel like crap when I come home. And even though I don't want to, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll go for a walk, or I'll do a Pilates class. If I'm really angry, I'll go for a run because I feel like I can run harder. And at the end of it, I'm like, yeah, I feel better. That did help. So do exercise. It releases endorphins. Also, like find an exercise that you like. I really like Pilates, so I'm going to opt into a Pilates class rather than going for a run or going for a swim, because that's not something I love. Or even just like going for a walk. Like it doesn't have to be strenuous exercise all the time, but going for a walk can absolutely help clear your mind. And I just feel like you get back and you just feel better. If you don't love exercise, I feel like planning exercise with friends is a good way to do it, because you'll feel good after exercising, but you also get to see your friend, human connection. That's really important. So if you're not like a huge exercise person, I recommend doing it with someone. Sometimes like I'll go home from work and my day will be shit. I'll be like to my boyfriend, can we please go for a walk together? Because I know having him there will make me feel better. He normally pulls me out of my bad moods. So that's good. Other people, like if you want to do like a workout class, go with a friend. I just think exercise with other people can make it more fun. And also like exercise can be boring. Like it can be shit and it can be a bit mundane. So if you're doing it with a friend, it will make it more fun. Okay, number 5, buy something that makes you happy. Again, this doesn't have to be expensive. It can be a sweet treat. It can be takeaway one night a week if you really like that. It doesn't have to be like the expensive workout clothes that I just bought. It can be flowers. I feel like if you like flowers and you like nature, that can really lift my mood. And I feel like I don't get flowers every week. So it's not part of my every week routine. Like it's not like I have pretty things in my house all the time, but when I do get it and then I walk into a room, I'm like, oh my god, they're so pretty, and it lifts my mood like instantly. There's an Olivia Dean song called Baby Steps, and there's a line in that says, there'll be roses on the shelf because this house is gonna love itself. And I just feel like it's so true. Like it makes your house feel more inviting and warm and just happy. And I just think small things like that is like romanticizing your life, but then you feel great and you're like, yeah, like I can buy myself flowers. I don't know. I just really like that one. So you just buy yourself something small that's going to make you feel better. Number 6 is do something new. Again, this doesn't have to be like even like completely new. It can be walking in a different location. The other week, I went to the 1,000 steps and I had so much fun. It's literally a walk. Like I went on a walk and I was like, this is great. I'm loving it. It's fun. Afterwards, I was like, that was great. I was also excited to go. I planned it like 2 days in advance. I'm like, yes, like I'm super excited to go walk the 1,000 steps. It's not new. Like I have done it before, but I think it was just walking in a different environment that really helped. Sometimes when I walk the same loops, I feel really trapped and really stuck. And I'm like, I'm just doing the same loop over and over again, like every day, every year. Like it just keeps repeating, like nothing's changing. And it just makes me feel trapped and like suffocating. That if you just like do the exercise in a different place, bam, you look at life in a different way. Like you feel so much better. And I was like, oh, I liked the 1,000 steps. I should plan to do it more often. I probably won't do it every week, but I could do it like every few months, and it was fun. It was good. It can be like doing a new hobby. Me and my friend Penny, when we catch up, we normally try and do something creative. Recently, we did a watercolor night. We've actually done that twice, where we just like paint with watercolors. We're planning to do, I think, like a clay night. There was another one she mentioned as well. I don't know. Sometimes we do dance classes together. I just feel like doing something new or kind of new every once in a while can be fun. I have some work friends, and they said that they are going to start doing kickboxing. I'm like, that's great. I don't know if it's kickboxing or like jiu-jitsu. It was one of the like martial arts. Yeah, and I just feel like the small things, like trying new hobbies. Creative things are great. You don't have to be good at them. You can have a little poetry night. You can have a little reading. Even if you like sit down and read when you normally don't, like if you make time out of your day to like, I'm just going to sit here and read, that's great. And that can like lift your mood and just make stuff more exciting. Number 7 is try to be spontaneous. I do think that life doesn't really allow for much spontaneity, especially at the moment, especially with like phones and like how we kind of live our life. And like I said, there's not as much human connection where like you're knocking into people and be like, oh, like come to this, or you have to go out of your way to do fun things. Like if you wanted to listen to music back like growing up, you'd have to go to a friend who had a record player, or you'd have to like go to a concert. And I just think now like everything's accessible on a phone. So I think try and be try and be spontaneous where you can. Talk to people. If you get invited to something, go. Actually like rock up and attend. Book a concert like randomly. I go to plays and musicals sometimes, and that can be really last minute. And I just think doing spontaneous things is fun. It like really is a highlight of life. Things isn't supposed to be always routined. And when you go to work every day, come home, have to like cook dinner, do laundry, go to bed, wake up, repeat, it can get really boring. So find something that's going to be interesting. On a lunch break, be like, oh, actually on a lunch break the other day, I was like, I'm getting froyo. I've literally never had froyo on my lunch break, but I was like, I don't know, that sounds really weird, but like it was something different and it was fun. And I was like, oh yeah, like I'm excited to have a sweet treat and go sit down and have some froyo, like small things, but like that was spontaneous just in the moment. So it can be anything from like buying something small, maybe think about big purchases before you get them, but buying something small, or like randomly like catching up with a friend. Like I feel like these days you don't really text your friends like, let's catch up tonight. But if you can, do it. Like I feel like last minute things is exciting. I love when something pops up last minute and it's like, oh yeah, like I'll do that. I'll be there. Fun. Exciting. My mundane life is becoming boring. So let's spice it up a little bit and be spontaneous. Okay, moving on to the second part of making routine to life more fun is shifting your mindset. So jumping right into it. Number 1, wake up happy. That sounds odd, but I do think that like you can carry emotions from the last day, the last week into like brand new days. And if it's possible, wake up happy. I think if you have time to wake, my job starts so early. My shifts are 7:45 a.m. and I'm not a morning person. So it's not like I'm up at 6 a.m. like making a full breakfast and getting my life together. I feel like I wish I could, but most of the time I roll out of bed and just go to work. But I do try and wake up happy. I do think you have to make yourself happy, and it's a choice. And if you can do it from the moment you wake up, your day will be better. So wake up and make yourself a coffee if that's what you like to do. Eat breakfast at home if possible. Shower if that puts you in a good mood. Something I do that makes me happy is I wake up and I listen to a playlist. I listen to my favorite music straight away, if that's either like when I'm getting ready or driving to work, like especially if I'm dreading work, I try and like not think about it yet, and I put on a playlist that I groove to and have fun so that I'm happy when I walk into my job. So I really think waking up happy is really good. Yeah, do that. I also think this helps if like you're sleeping enough. Sleep schedule is so important. This week for work, actually, I slept really well. Like I was going to bed at 10:30, 11, which was really good for me. And I do feel like it made a difference. Even though my job was it was the worst shift in my life. Like I felt like it was better than not getting sleep and waking up angry. Like I feel like it did help. So I think sleep enough so you can get up, feel refreshed, and just start your day on a good note. Also, like in your morning routine, if you can do things that are a bit like elongated to make you have a happy day. For example, today I woke up and I had a slow morning. I started my day by watching half an episode of a TV show because I was like, I'm just going to rest a bit and I don't want to like jumpstart into everything. I've like all week I've been pretty busy. So that helped me just like wake up slowly and feel happy before I got on with the day and tackled it. Number 2, household things. As an adult, you have to do household things. You have to do your laundry. You might have to cook. You have to clean dishes. You have to vacuum. Like you just have to do things and they can suck. They can suck. It takes time. It's boring. So try and make it more fun. Like I said, this is a good way to like listen to playlists. Put on a new album you haven't listened to but you wanted to and do your chores that way. Podcasts are great as well. I find that if I listen to a podcast, I'm more productive at actually doing the household chores. I feel like if I put on like a TV show in the background, I'll get sidetracked and I'll sit down and watch it. Sometimes music, I feel like as well, I get distracted. Like I feel like podcasts are a way to like really listen and clean my house. You can also habit stack. So if you know what that is, it's where you like get into the habit of doing things while doing something else. So if you like are a person who likes podcasts, every time you clean, listen to a podcast. So like when you hear podcasts or when you want to listen to a podcast, you're like, oh, I should probably clean while I listen to this podcast. Or if you brush your teeth, some people like brush their teeth and like vacuum their floor at the same time because it's like doing 2 boring things at once. So yeah, learn to habit stack if possible and just try and make household things more fun. Like if you have to cook with someone or like try a new recipe. Tonight I'm making lamb meatballs and I'm like excited. And last night I made tacos and tacos are just so easy, but I don't cook very much. But I've actually really enjoyed it this week. I'm currently house sitting and I feel like it's been fun. And I feel like me and my boyfriend have been doing it together. And that's made cooking a lot more fun because I've had something to do it with. Number 3, hobbies do become chores. If you like something and you like to do it frequently, it normally feels like a chore sometime. I love Pilates. I go 3 times a week. Sometimes it's like, I feel like I'm doing it to tick something off. I'm like, oh, I have to go. I have a friend and she loves yoga and she does it 10 minutes at least every day. And she's like, sometimes I'm not really present and I'm just doing it to say like, I've done it. I find I do that when I like do acting things or like when I have to practice my American accent. I really love practicing my American accent, but sometimes I'll do it and I'll like sit there and I feel like I'm half there because I'm half like, let's just tick it off my to-do list because then I'm like, oh, I've done it, but I'm not really concentrating. So I do find that when hobbies start to become chores, you need to remind yourself why you're doing it. I practice my American accent to become a better actor so I can get American gigs. It's so important. That's why I do it, which means I actually need to be present in the moment. I actually need to think about it. I can't half-ass that or like I will not improve. So think about it, take time and intentionally do your habits. I go to Pilates because it makes me feel fit. I enjoy it. It's a way to get my exercise. So I turn my phone on Do Not Disturb and I try and go in 5 minutes early so I can stretch beforehand to clear my mind and get ready to tackle the Pilates class and leave everything at the door. If I try and read a book, like sometimes I'll be like, I really want to read tonight. And it's like 10 minutes and I'm like, oh, I'm just like trying to skim through it. I read because it will make me sleep better. I read because it's not being on my phone. So I just think like being intentional and reminding yourself why you do those things, reading will make you smarter. Like it can help. Or it's also like just fun. Like I actually like it. Remind yourself why you do your hobbies. Number 4 is view yourself as a character you're designing. I'm the type of person who thinks about my future a lot. Probably too much. That's why I'm not present. But yeah, I think about my future a lot. And I think when I look into the future, I can see an end goal or I can feel really far away from that. So I think being like, what would my end goal version of myself be doing right now? Should be practicing her American accent rather than putting it off. Should be getting off her phone and stop doom scrolling. Should be cleaning the house so that she feels more like relaxed when she goes to bed at night. Should be sitting there and writing her podcast script. Should be editing a video. I don't know. Should just be doing something fucking productive. So why the hell are you putting things off and like, I don't know, being a negative Nancy? You need to just view yourself as the character you're designing, and then you can be like, okay, well, that's who I want to be. I'm going to have to do the little steps to get there. That one, I don't know if it's like as fun to like make routines more fun, but I just think like it will help you create a routine that will eventually lead to a life that you like. I hope that makes sense. Number 5, focus on the small things. Life really is made up of the small things. It's made up of the laughs you have. It's made up of how you feel in certain moments, of how good a song sounds, of how nice a hug feels, of like the smell of clean sheets. It's the small things that make up life, and you have to remind yourself of that. I feel like I love clean sheets. I love a clean towel. It makes me feel good. I really like having a hot coffee in the morning. It makes me feel good. And I feel like I'm the type of person who has like a to-do list of things to do. Like I try and be productive. And when I get to the end of the day, I write down everything I've done. And I feel like I now want to add on just the moments that have felt good. Like I want to add on if I had a moment where I had a great laugh and that felt good. Either it was like I watched a TV show that made me laugh, or I had a joke with my boyfriend and he cracked me up, or something. I walked past a pretty flower and I liked that. I just feel like I want to credit myself for the moments that are feeling good and nice. Because I think when you have that like moment where you reflect on the day and like, oh, today was hard, but remember that, or remember this, and that felt good, and that was nice, and you had this moment where you felt at peace, I think that will help in the long run of just making routine life and just life in general feel nicer and happier and make you feel calmer. So I'm going to start adding that just so like, yeah, I think I feel more good instead of being like, I don't know, was I productive today or was I this? Because being like happy and having fun isn't always about productivity and earning money and things like that. It's about the small things. So focus on that. I think this also leans into like adopting a 5% better mindset. If you focus on the things that are small but make you feel good, when you look at the end of the day, it will be like, that made my life 5% better. That made me feel 5% happier. That made my life 5% more exciting. Even if it's like switching something up that's small, it can make life more exciting, can make you feel good. So yeah, it's not about like end goals. Sometimes it's about like adding 5% to your day. Number 7, you got 5, 10, 15 minutes and that's it. I saw this thing on social media recently and it was this girl, it was like a photo and she was like on her phone. You could tell she was like scrolling social media or TikTok, and the caption at the top was, "It's okay, it's only 15 minutes. And then when you swipe the slide, it was like a girl writing in a journal, another girl reading a book, another one doing a little sketch, and the caption at the top again was, "It's okay, it's only 15 minutes. And I think that was a slap in the face, because so often you have 5, 10, 15 minutes of time to kill, and what do we all do? We pick up our phones and doom scroll. And I think it's so much more important to do other more productive things. Not even productive things, just like other more fun things. Dance for 5 to 10 minutes, stretch for 5 to 10 minutes, sing your favorite song. Even if you like go and light a candle and just like sit there and reflect on your day. If you're on your phone, text someone that you want to hang out with, make like a collage or edit something. Like I do social media to try and promote this podcast and to promote my career and stuff. So like I want to edit something rather than just doom scroll. And those like small improvements and just doing those things rather than doom scrolling are tiny improvements that will keep your routine feeling fresh and like more exciting in everyday life, because you'll look back in the day and like, oh, I read for 10 minutes, I danced for 10 minutes. That was fun. Let's do that again. Instead of being like, what did I do today? I went to work, I doom scrolled, I made dinner, I doom scrolled, I think I'm just trying to say get off your phone and do something fun. Yeah, make a secret handshake. I don't know, just do something different in those 5, 10, 15 minutes that you wouldn't normally. Number 8 is positivity spreads positivity, so be optimistic. I can absolutely be really pessimistic. Depends on my day, depends on my mood, depends on lots of things. I definitely sometimes lean into being pessimistic, but positivity is the key. When you reflect and look back on things and be happy and be like, everything's gonna be okay, like life's fun, this is good, it really does make a difference. Putting positivity into the world helps. You probably also get more positivity back. So I just think be optimistic where you can. Sometimes life is shit. And if you are having a bad day, I try and do this thing with like a 20-minute rule. Like you can talk about it for 20 minutes, you can get it out for 20 minutes, and then you have to move the fuck on. And I do that also with like negativity, like work sucked. And unfortunately, it's not something I can like leave at the door today. So I need to have a rant about it. And then the rant's done. We're moving on. We're having fun. We're not thinking about it. We're done. And then we're being optimistic. We're going to have a good night. We're going to shift our mood. We're going to not worry about it tomorrow when we're going to work. We're going to be happy and positive. Also, if you are being like pessimistic or feeling bad, I recommend journaling. I don't do it enough. I say it all the time. But I do think getting your feelings down on paper helps. I think sometimes like I'll write stuff down, or even like if I talk and have a cry, then I just feel a little bit better and you can move on easier. So do that. Write your feelings down. Get it off your chest. Don't like hold on to it. I think that can make it worse. And then move on and be positive. Number 10 is get excited. Get excited. Like we only have one life. We need to make the mundane routine shit fun. We need to make life fun. Life isn't these big end goals we have. It's every single day. It's the little things that really make it. So find the fun, find the excitement, do something different, change your life up. Seriously, like we just need to be excited. We need to make life fun. Even if it is routine, you're going to have to do things you're not going to like. But how can we make that more fun? How can we make that better? How can we find the small things in your day that's going to lift your entire mood, that's going to help you in the long run, and just be happy, like make you happier. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit subscribe on whatever you're listening on. If that's YouTube or Spotify, feel free to be nice and go subscribe on both platforms. That would be a massive help. If you like this podcast, share it with a friend. I'd love more people to know about this podcast. We're pretty small, but I'm not going anywhere. So let's grow this community. Let me know if you do any of these routine things already, or if you're going to incorporate anything, if you have anything new that you find makes routine life more fun. I would love to know. You can do that by adding a comment. You can do that by DMing me. My Instagram is at Yapping Fever for the podcast, or you can follow my personal Instagram as well at tamara.barton. Feel free to reach out to me on any of those platforms. I will get back to you. And I also have TikTok at tamara.barton if you want to stay tuned on all that stuff. I'm really looking forward to this week of routine life. I feel like this podcast has lifted my mood. It's making me excited to like incorporate some new things just to mix up mundane life, and I hope you feel the same too. Thanks so much, guys. I'll be back in your ears in a fortnight. This is Yapping Fever. Bye.